Gosh, Aaron, this quarantine has got me super bored.
Same. Would you want to play like a game or something?
I don't have any games.
What about Go Fish?
Go Fish. Well, I don't have any poker cards, but we do have a lot of credit cards.
We do have a lot of credit cards.
All right, let's play some Go Fish.
All right. You or me first?
All right, you go first. You're the guest.
All right. Any U.S. bank business cash?
Go Fish. All right, do you have the Discover It card?
I do not. Go Fish. Do you have a Chase Freedom Unlimited card?
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
What's up, peeps? This is Todd, and welcome back to my show. I brought Aaron Castleton back because we're going to go over our credit card collection. We both have entirely too many. This is a stack of just credit cards that are both ours. So we're going to go over the different credit cards we have, why we bought those, and any bonus that was associated with getting the cards. If that sounds good, let's jump into this video.
Yeah, Todd, I have a total of 11 credit cards.
Awesome.
At 23 years old.
And are your parents worried sick that you have 11 credit cards, or are they fine about it?
So they don't know. I've mentioned to them about credit card trading a little bit and like how I got some like free flights. That's kind of like the extent that they know about it. I'm sure that when I show them this video, they'll be like, oh, 11. And that's not even to mention like the 2 that I have canceled. And we're going to go over why I canceled those.
Sure.
But yeah, so in total, accumulative had 13. What about yourself?
Oh my gosh. Well, I have all of these cards here. Let's see how many this is. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think that's 20 cards right here. And then I actually have a few more upstairs in the wallet that I just didn't want to make this like a 2-hour-long video.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of credit cards, and if your parents are watching, they just think you met some random guy on the internet who has a bunch of cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's a reason behind every card,
Yeah.
and you, the people, are going to find out. So I will talk to you about why I got a few of these. I guess we'll just go back and forth. But so the first card, okay, the Discover It card, which is right here. And I got this Discover It card, I believe, when I was in college. It was actually the first credit card that I ever bought. Or I didn't buy it.
Sign up for it.
It was the first credit card that I ever applied for and got approved for. And I believe when I first got the card, it only had a limit of like $500. So not very much at all. I think now the limit's up to like $7,000. But I got this card because it had 18 months, 0% interest. It had an intro bonus. I believe at the time it was like $100. And as a college student, I was like, oh, well, I'm going to use the money to pay for tuition or books or rent or something, so I might as well get $100. And I also wanted to start building credit because I knew I wanted to invest in real estate. So that is why I got the Discover It card.
Nice. So the very first card that I ever got was the Freedom, just the plain Chase Freedom. It's who I've been banking with since I was like, I don't know, 8 years old.
Nice.
At that point, I was not nearly as savvy, but I did know like right off the bat, like, hey, I need to start building a credit score. And so, yeah, I mean, it was just learning how to use it. I think it started with like a $1,000 limit. But yeah, nothing too special about it. Just they're basically 1% cash back on all purchases. And then it like rotates like 5 points for certain categories if you sign up. But,
awesome. That's super sick. So
yeah.
the next card that I'll talk about is the Delta Sky Miles card. And I got this card because it was 0% interest for the first 18 months. And also, just for opening, you got 20,000 bonus miles. Jeez. And my wife and I love to travel, so we both opened one. So we got a total of 40,000 bonus miles. But it's actually a little bit more because when she opened hers, she used my referral code.
Hey,
so I got an extra 5,000 bonus miles for the referral. So when we're able to travel again, we will take advantage of our 45,000 bonus miles that we got with this card.
Speaking of referrals, if you're new to credit cards, always check with your friends if they have a card first. Because like it doesn't hurt to give them that referral bonus. In fact, so speaking of, this is the only card that we actually overlap on, but the Freedom Unlimited, right now they're doing $100 refer a friend or like use your referral link. And so I've actually recruited 2 of my roommates into getting this card. And it's just like probably one of like the best like beginner cards, I think, with the Chase series. I don't know if you guys noticed, all 6 of these cards are with Chase. I'm a little biased, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's how you said you were banking with since you were a kid.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, they've done well for you. That's awesome. Okay, what's a good one? Okay. SunTrust card. I got the SunTrust card because it was when I was starting my Airbnb business. And with Airbnb, you furnish the entire place. You usually make it look cute or trendy. Airbnbs work really well when you're doing a theme, so I knew I'd be spending money. And I believe this card offered a $500 bonus if you spend $1,000 in the first 90 days. And I knew that with furnishing the Airbnb unit, I of course would be spending over $1,000. So I took advantage of getting this card, being able to pay 0 interest, putting the expenses on this card, getting $500. Now, I will say to the people out there, because I can already feel the hate in the comment section saying, oh, well, you spend $1,000 and you got $500, you're an idiot, you just lost $500. So I would never, ever say that anyone should go out of their way to make a couple $100 by spending $1,000. That would be a loss. But if you're going to have the expenses anyway, you're going to have it no matter what. It doesn't hurt to get the extra money.
Absolutely. So going into that exact thing, right? We talked about in our last video together, the fireworks stand, right?
Yes.
And so if like, once you know me or whatever, I'm definitely a power gamer when it comes to anything, like even board games or just life in general. And so what I like to power game on is credit cards specifically. So card not featured, Chase Business Preferred gave you 100,000 rewards points. This Business Unlimited card gave $500 cash back. This Chase Inc. Business Cash also gave $500 rewards points back, or $500 worth of rewards points back. So what I did is the third year I was doing fireworks, I knew that at the end of the year, or at the end of the season, I was going to have about a $25,000 bill that I had all the money to pay off because I've been selling fireworks the whole time. But I knew that I was going to have that bill, and it's like, why not give myself a bonus on top of that? And so I signed up for 3 business credit cards beforehand, ending up getting about like a $2,000 bonus to myself just because I had all those intro bonus credit cards. And then in addition to that, so this is where power gaming comes in, we combo those 3 cards with the Sapphire Preferred. So on top of that, all those rewards points were transferred to my Sapphire Preferred. I got an extra 25% towards travel, which traveling is like huge for me. That's how I like to spend all my like rewards points. So haven't had to pay for a flight in like 3 years. So,
that's awesome.
Still, I think I still have accumulated points from that one purchase. So, or that one fireworks
That
season.
is the way to go.
Yeah.
And, speaking of, I'll talk about my travel card. So this is the Alaska Airlines card. It is the only card that I actually pay an annual fee on. Every other card that I have, I don't pay a fee. I actually don't believe in paying fees for like bank accounts or credit cards. But I'm happy to pay a $75 annual fee for this because this card comes with a buddy pass, which basically means that I can fly somebody of my choosing on a flight pretty much anywhere to the continental U.S., I think for $120. And so like a flight from Seattle to Hawaii, for example, is usually like $400 or $500.
Yeah.
But I could fly somebody there for $120.
Jeez.
So I can save several $100s on that end. So I'm happy to pay $75. And this is a great card. When you're on an Alaska flight, also, if you buy anything on the flight, you get 3 times points. So like, because usually you spend, like $1 and you get a certain point. If you spend it on Alaska specifically, you get 3 times. So this is a great travel card.
You might have to send me that referral link.
Yeah.
I think you have definitely a few that I might need to add to my collection. I guess the next card that I want to go over. Oh, by the way, also one thing to note: the Sapphire Preferred, it does have a $95 annual fee, but I justify that each year because of the additional points that it lets me get for my other card. So just wanted to clear that out.
Yes.
Don't pay an annual fee if you don't have to. It's not worth it.
And never pay interest. That's something
absolutely.
we haven't even mentioned yet.
Yeah.
Also, so let's actually real quick before you jump into the next card, let's just put a PSA disclaimer out there. we take advantage of the cash back and the points, and then we pay off the card.
Yeah.
We don't pay interest on these credit cards. I've literally never paid a dime of interest in my life, and neither should you. Okay, now that that's out of the way.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. In fact, that makes me want to clarify something. So the Lowe's Advantage card, so it is the only card that I paid interest, but that was an accident because they hadn't registered the auto pay yet. But then I contacted them and I was like, hey, just so you know, I made the minimum payment. Please don't charge that. And then they like fully reimbursed me for that. But yes, this going gets like 5% back on like all major appliances. So with now my rental property, it's nice to have. And once again, don't pay interest. Like make sure that you're paying off all these cards.
So basically, you use the Lowe's card to get 5% cash back for your rental houses, and then you made a payment, but it wasn't registered, so they reimbursed you for that late fee or whatever it was?
So they have 0% financing for 6 months on major appliances. Mm-hmm. And so what had happened is, I guess they hadn't registered the auto pay, or I don't know, maybe I just accidentally didn't put it in or whatever. But yeah, so that's the thing, is you have to have like the minimum payment going into it. But yeah, so anyways, that was reimbursed. So yeah, just don't pay interest.
Yes, don't pay interest. Now here's what's going to blow your mind hole, and it's going to blow your mind hole. So we just talked about the Lowe's card, where you got 5% cash back on appliances for your rental property. There are also, which we'll talk about off air later on today, there are secret shops to Lowe's in which you can literally get paid to go to Lowe's and get reimbursed for the stuff. So you have the classic double dip, which is super awesome because you can literally get something at Lowe's, you pay for it up front with a credit card, get 5% cash back, and then you get reimbursed by the secret shopping company.
Snap, double dipping.
So you get 5% back on free stuff.
Dude, that's exactly what I'm into. And when you mentioned, I saw one of your YouTube videos about secret shoppers, and I was like, I've been doing groceries all wrong. And when you mentioned that like I could sign up for that for Lowe's, I was like, oh my gosh, I spend so much there when I do buy appliances. And so that's definitely something that like I'm going to be starting to do.
Yeah, no, it's secret shopping is a game changer. I actually just posted on my social media not too long ago. There's a secret shop right now for new cell phones. The iPhone 12 is coming out or whatever. And you get $115 towards the phone, which isn't going to cover the phone. Right. But the good thing is, let's say you're actually not in the market for a new phone. You can just return the phone and keep $115, and you just get money. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Free money, no complaints.
Free money, just $115. Here you go. But also, if you need the iPhone 12, then you should get $115 towards it. Which is nobody needs the iPhone 12.
I've had the same refurbished phone that was like $100 for like 2 years now.
Nice. Well, you're a true real estate guy. Every penny that you make, you're going to be putting towards your investments and not, trinkets. So, okay, let's talk about another card that I have. I'll do the Capital One Quicksilver card, which is the one all the celebrities talk about in the commercial. I think Alec Baldwin does it, like Jennifer Garner, like that's the what's in your wallet thing. Yeah. Anyway, this was a dope card. I don't remember what the intro bonus was. It was maybe like $200, but it does have a pretty stellar cash back. I think 1.5% on every purchase. So it's just a good card to have. Obviously, don't carry a balance, don't pay interest, but if you're going to be buying things anyway, you might as well get cash back.
Oh, that makes sense. Let's. We have a lot of really cool cards.
Yes.
I do want to mention one card that I was like, I don't regret getting, because in the long run, it was still like a good decision. But maybe like the timing was a little bit off. So my REI, it's a US Bank REI card. It had a $100 intro bonus, and I think when my friend referred me, it gave me and them $20 in addition. The one issue behind it, which we can talk a little bit more about if you want, I applied for the credit card just like 2 months before buying my home. And that wasn't like the end of the world, because I had a pretty strong credit score by then anyways. It was still pretty high, but just being mindful of like, if you're applying for a credit card, just not doing it before you might be taking out a loan.
Totally.
Yeah, but like it doesn't hurt, because right now like my credit score has already bounced back a lot. Right after buying my house, I actually got about 4 cards. One was the Lowe's, and then 3 other cards for my seasonal like fireworks thing. And so like it's already bounced back by then, but just like for the general public, just be mindful. if you're like applying for a card
Yes.
right before getting a loan. So.
Yeah, you want to be careful about. I try to. So my wife and I, we buy real estate every 12 months or so, and so I never open up or apply for a new credit card within like 3 months of that.
Yeah.
So I usually, we'll buy a house, and then after we buy the house, then I'll apply for new credit cards.
Yeah.
And then I'll just sit on it, and then I'll buy the next house. Then I'll apply for new credit cards. So I pretty much do it like that. So, okay, here's another. Okay, I have a good one to talk about if I can find it. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Okay. The City Double Cash. So this is one that I know you thought about opening, but you decided not to in the end. But I got this card. So I opened up a Citi bank account because I was doing some bank account churning, which is similar to credit card churning where you can get money from just by opening up new bank accounts. And at the time, they had a promotion going on where if you deposit $50,000 into a new savings account, they give you $500. Now I know what everyone else is thinking. $500 for $50,000 is not a great return, but I was just having that money in banks to buy real estate. I'm not. It's not that I invested it to get $500.
Right. But it doesn't hurt.
Right. I was holding it in a bank account to buy real estate. Actually, it's what I bought like my last property on, the down payment anyway. And so I might as well get $500. So that was the bank account. And I also had the option to open up this credit card to go with it, which because I had the savings account gave me an extra $200 bonus as well as 2% cash back on any single purchase. So that came in very handy after I closed on my last real estate deal, because to set it up, I used this card and I got 2% cash back on all my purchases to set up the house.
Yeah, that's huge. And we talked about it. I think when I was looking at applying for it, it might not have had an intro bonus. And because I could do all of that consolidating of my rewards points onto my Chase Sapphire Preferred, I was ending up getting like a 1.825% cash back, or to travel. So that's why I ended up not getting the double cash. But I think at a certain point, I may end up still getting it, especially if they throw on that intro bonus, because I'm all about that. But yeah, I'm trying to think, what's another card? I mean, I've gone over kind of like all of my favorite ones.
Yeah. But that's good. You have a pretty sweet collection there.
Yeah.
Parents, don't freak out.
Yeah.
I will mention one last card before we wrap up. It's my BECU credit card that I got with Boeing Employees Credit Union. And the cool thing about this card is that it has a $40,000 credit limit. So that's higher than a lot of the other cards that are available out there. And also, I'm going to say right now, don't pay any interest on credit cards. But the interest rate on this credit card is 8% versus 30% from most other cards. So not that I think paying 8% is good, but just the fact that this card gives you, like double what most cards out there will give you like $20,000. This card gives you $40,000, but it only charges 8% interest if you don't pay it off. Now, if you pay it off, of course, you won't pay any interest, and that's what I'm recommending to everyone.
Don't pay interest.
Don't pay interest, yes. Literally don't pay interest. But there are people that are paying like 35% interest on their credit cards right now, and if they had this card, they'd only be paying 8%, and I'd still be yelling at them to not pay interest on that either. But anyway. But yeah, that is our credit card collection.
Yeah.
That is pretty much it for this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.